All right.
Guess where it's going on.
We're high on life. That's right, we're high on life. Anyway, we're going to sing God is My Source to get everybody going, so if everybody will stand up, we will get this party started.
Hey, Andy.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to the band. Thank you everybody here for coming out for our Easter service, for making that decision to come be a part of our community. I see some faces here I don't see every week. Yeah, it's Easter. Yeah, we have a few people spending Easter with family, and then we have some people come in that we don't always see. That's great. So, let's read our vision, mission, and purpose together. Our vision. We are one with all expressions of life. We are always evolving as we live in harmony with Spirit as our source. We respond to the internal call to know the expansiveness of who we are, one with the divine and all. We believe it, we live it, and we share it. Our mission, Center for Spiritual Living in Greater Dayton, works to meet the physical and spiritual needs of the community through offering education and experiences aligned with the teachings of Science of Mind, sponsoring community activities, and engaging in sacred activism in our local community. And our purpose, The Center for Spiritual Living Greater Dayton is a community offering compassionate support as we learn to love regardless of conditions. We each come from many faith backgrounds, and through the teachings of science and mind and spirit, we grow, and heal. We haven't grown and heal yet. As we discover the higher power within, we manifest our best lives and create a world that works for everyone. And let's see what we have next here. Do we have any kids?
Yes.
Oh, they're out there. Okay, they're hiding out in the corner. Okay, so then we're going to do our kids song. Turn this off because I'm not qualified to lead a song.
Agreed.
Thank you to all the young people here. And so we'll lead them back, and we're going to get to enjoy Sarah giving us our announcements.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So we have some outreach opportunities. I'm sure you're aware of them, but I'm going to share them with you. We're collecting the pull tabs for your canned beverages. Keep them in a little baggie, bring them in, so put it in a container there. They'll be donated to the Ronald McDonald House. If you have questions on that, see Andy Ganan. She's over there. Okay, and we're also taking up a collection for non-perishable food items that can be put in the tub under the coat rack. These donations go to the Greater Dayton LGBT Center. Have questions on that? See me. We're also collecting pet foods for shelters and clothing items that will go to the St. Vincent charity. See Andy Ganan for more information, or myself. Okay. Eat, Pray, Love is up and running. Paperwork is out to sign up for the events. Please see Jean Tao or Sherry Buckner for details. Science of Mind 101 is held in person or through Zoom, 9:30 every Sunday at the center. See Andy H. for details. Morning meditation every morning from 8 to 8:15. This is Zoom only. Then we have the building committee.
Monday to Friday, not every
Monday to Friday, thank you. Building committee meeting is next Sunday, April 27th. See Dale for more information. That's there. Weekly meditation with Teresa is here, and that's in person only. It's from 8 p.m. and it's held back in that corner over there. I'm excited for Saturday Nourish Body, Mind, and Soul event. April 26th is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's when we're going to have our facilitators here. They will be licensed body workers available to offer many and full sessions. Okay, so we have chair massage, we have Reiki, we have reflexology, and we have Darren Stahl. Some of you may know him. He does everything. We'll have family freedom chiropractic here. And we're also going to be providing food for sale. That's from 11 to 1 o'clock Saturday, and cash only on that. And we'll have vegan, we'll have vegetarian, and we'll have meat for those who like meat. So I hope to see you here. So after the 4 p.m. at 4:30, once again, we're going to have Shakti Bhakti Kirtan from 4:30 to 6, or from Traditional Yoga Society. And it's a fantastic way to end the evening. You know, get up, do that body work done, and get some, beef tallow magnesium cream, and then come and sing devotional songs, and you go home and you're just next. Is that it? All right, I'm done. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, since I'm done here, is there anybody here that has announcements that they need to share with the congregation? Please come up now. Come, Jean. For you, darling. Oh, I like your beat.
Just a little announcement. We're still forming Eat, Play, Love events for the year. We do have 2 coming up in May that are nearly engraved in stone. One, and I have to get glasses on, is will be held here at the center. It'll be a coloring and a crafting materials to be provided, and it is on Sunday, May 18th, right after the services. And we're asking a $20 donation or goes to the center. So the food, there'll be desserts and snacks for that event. And then another one coming up on May 25th will be a labyrinth walk, and it's in Milford.
It's May 24th.
24th, sorry, Saturday. And there will be transportation, there'll be lunch provided here at the center. And they did this last year, it was well attended, it's a beautiful location. And again, the funds go to the center, and the hosts are Dale and Anna, and they'll be driving a group of people to this beautiful labyrinth. So
It's the best one in Ohio.
that's right, he tested them all. And so if anybody is formulating the whole year events now, thank you.
Fighting words.
Anybody else have announcements? This is your chance. Bring it on. Well, then we're done. Oh.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of love. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain. You're alone.
Thank you guys. That was awesome. Okay. And now we begin our celebration service. Prayer. And centered in this moment of infinite love, centered in this moment of the divine flow, flowing through each and every one of us, anchoring us to this earth and to this time, to this present, this powerful flow of the divine which we are. I'm knowing that the truth is revealed in everything we do and say in this day. I'm knowing that a very deep peace comes forth, a profound healing of environment. I'm knowing that Andy is guided and led in what she says, for it is Spirit working in and through and as her. I'm knowing that there is an infinite peace of love and power that supports and uplifts us throughout this service and throughout this day. And I am so grateful for that. And I release this word into the law of love. And so I let it be, and so it is. We light this candle, for we know that the divine expresses as us and through us. Today's reading comes from Jagan Moltmann. Believing in the resurrection means participating in God's creative act. Resurrection is not a consoling opium. It is the energy for a rebirth of this life. I now identify Andy Hawk up.
There it is. There it was. There it was, yeah. Oh, wow. How's everybody doing today? Good? Great, yeah. When I was thinking about what's going on now in the world, it made me think of a song. And it's a song that I think Kenny probably knows, because it was written by Jimmy Buffett. And it's called Incommunicado. And the lines that I'm looking at, he talked about was the day that John Wayne died, I found myself on the Continental Divide. Tell me, where do I go from here? I think I'll drive into beers. And I have different opinions of John Wayne, but John Wayne really did represent for a certain couple generations of Americans really values and a stability of values, knowing what our values are and knowing what's going on. And when John Wayne died, symbolizes these questioning of values, questioning of what's going on, And the Continental Divide, of course, is making a choice. Which way do we go? There's a lack of stability in the world today. We're feeling cut off from that, from stability, from the way things have been. We're dealing with change, we're dealing with paradigm. And there was a paradigm changing also in the 1950s. That was, I think, symbolized very much by the Koinonia community in Americus, Georgia, which was a multiracial farm community in Georgia in the 1950s. And they got a lot of harassment for their stand on racial equality and cooperation. There were attacks of arson against the place. They were shot at. There was a bomb that went off there. And because the South was in the middle of that paradigm shift, they were in the middle of looking at the change to racial equality. And a minister from Atlanta who supported this community made a statement. He said, God grant that this tragic midnight of man's humanity to man will soon pass, and the bright daybreak of freedom and brotherhood will come into being. And that minister, of course, was the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I think we're in another paradigm shift today. We're in another, and I don't know if things are really changing or if it's just an attempt to make things change, but I think we have uncertainty, let's just say, of where are we going? What's going on? Now there was another period of uncertainty that happened about 2,000 years ago. Remember Tony Campolo, and the minister that I just loved. He passed about 7 months ago or so. Used to give a Good Friday sermon called "It's Friday, but Sunday's a Coming," because it sometimes feels like Friday. Like then was Friday, and the disciples were fleeing. They just watched their leader being killed in one of the most horrible ways that were ever devised. And now some of these folks that were following Jesus, they were expecting a heavenly kingdom to come to earth. Some of them were expecting a literal victory of the Jews over the Romans. They were expecting a lot of different things, but nobody expected to see it end with Jesus hanging on a cross. That was not one of the options, but suddenly that's what's right before them in living color. So they were having a crisis of uncertainty too. They didn't know which way to go. See, sometimes we don't know if we're going, should go left or right or forward, or if maybe we're going backward. But Jesus didn't go left or right. He didn't go forward or backward. His answer was to rise up. So how do we rise up this Easter? How do we rise up? Meister Eckhart said, we are all meant to be mothers of God. What good is it to me if this eternal birth of the divine Son takes place unceasingly, but does not take place within myself? And what good is it to me if Mary is full of grace, if I am not also full of grace? What good is it to me for the Creator to give birth to his Son if I do not also give birth to him in my time and my culture? This then is the fullness of time when the Son of Man is begotten in us. Because that's really what it's all about. It's about the the divine within us. And we understand that divine within us maybe a little bit differently than traditional Christianity. And we see that all manifestations of the divine expression, we're all God in expression together as well as separately. It's kind of a paradox, but it's what happens when infinity and finite meet each other. We have our community, and as Lenza said earlier, or read earlier, I guess, you said it too. Believing in the resurrection means participating in God's creative act. Resurrection is not just a consoling opium. It's not just something to make us feel good. It is the energy for a rebirth of this life. It means participating. It means being creative. That's what we are. We are creators by our very nature. We cannot be manifestations of the divine unless we are creative. Like God is. Yay, I got that page turned just in time. We participate in God's creative act through everything we believe, through everything we do, especially through spiritual mind treatment. We are creators. That's our nature. That's who we are. We are spirit, soul, and body, the same as God is. The three parts of the science of mind symbol. I think it's here. Here it is. Spirit, soul, and body, top to bottom on the science of mind symbol. Just like God. Just we're on the small scale and God's on the big scale. Now, last week we heard a really neat song here. It's called Rise Up. It's a song that Sarah sang. And we rise up, I like the waves, we rise up in spite of the ache, we rise up and we'll do it 1,000 times again, it says. It means to be focused on the divine and on love. Thomas Merton said, persons are not known by intellect alone, not by principles alone, but only by love. By love. God is love. 1 John 4:16 says, we know how much God loves us, and we put our trust in his love. God is love, and all who live in love live in God, and God lives in them. And Jesus even loved the people who crucified him. And we know that because he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That was an act of love to ask for these who were in the process to ask these people to be forgiven. That's how much Jesus loved. And by focusing on the divine and focusing on that love, we can create and recreate life every day. We follow Jesus' example when we're resurrected every time we choose love instead of hate. We're resurrected every time we choose oneness over division. We're resurrected every time we choose faith over fear and inclusion over intolerance and oneness over separation. We make those choices, and when we rise up, then we transcend limitations. We transcend, I'm not good enough. We transcend, I don't have enough experience. We transcend, I've never done that before. I don't know if I can handle it. We transcend, what if I fail? And we transcend every excuse we might use to do nothing. Thomas Merton said, "You do not need to know precisely what is happening or exactly where it is all going. What you need is to recognize the possibilities and challenges offered by the present moment and to embrace them with courage, faith, and hope." I'm going to read that again because I think a lot of people are asking, what should I do now? What should I do with all the things that are going on? What should I do? Merton said, "You do not need to know precisely what is happening or exactly where it is all going. What you need is to recognize the possibilities and challenges offered by the present moment and to embrace them with courage, faith, and hope." Dietrich Bonhoeffer was a Nazi minister. He was at the time the Nazis were taking. No, don't. I would never say it about little Dietrich Bonhoeffer. I love the man. No, he was a German at the time the Nazis were taking over Germany, and he had gone to seminary in New York at Union Theological Seminary, and during the time that the Nazis were doing their takeover, he went back to visit in the United States to ask some advice from his teachers that he had at seminary. And several folks that he knew, Reinhold Niebuhr in particular, wrote him and said, "Dietrich, stay where you are. Things are getting really bad now. Stay in the United States, and once this is over, if we survive, you can come back and help us get things straightened out. Don't come back." And Bonhoeffer wrote back to Reinhold Niebuhr. He said, "I must live through this difficult period in our national history, along with the people of Germany. I will have no right to participate in the reconstruction of Christian life in Germany after the war if I do not share the trials of this time with my people." That's how Dietrich Bonhoeffer rose up. And by doing so, giving up his life for his beliefs, he was executed by the Nazis. But through it all, he personified that same courage, faith, and hope that Thomas Merton would speak of many years after. Yes, I love Bonhoeffer. They ought to make non-stick pages. Oh, and I have one more thing I wanted to read on that one before I turned it, actually. Ready. Okay. Alfred North Whitehead, the father of process thought, said, "Our minds are finite, and yet even in these circumstances of finitude, we are surrounded by possibilities that are infinite. And the purpose of human life is to grasp out of the infinitude of our life, is to grasp as much of infinity as we can with our finite nature, to grasp as much of God, the infinite, as we can with our human natures. And despite our finiteness, we are one with infinite intelligence. We are one with joy. We are one with infinite abundance and infinite peace. We are literally one with the infinite. That's what we know in science of mind, that we are one with the divine. That even though we're finite, we are one with infinity. So I can't tell you what to do in these times. I think it's something that comes uniquely to each individual. But we talked about love, about courage, about hope, about the infinite. And I think that's what we need to hold on to for perspective, and then to just do the best we can. That's all anybody can ever be asked to do, is the best that we can do. And I think it'll work out okay. Reverend Dr. James A. Forbes from New York, very elderly at this point, he said, "O God of love, power, and justice, surprise us with the discovery of how much power we have to make a difference." And I'm believing that we have that power to make a difference. So are we ready to make a difference and be surprised?
Yeah.
Yes. Jack Layton, the former late Canadian politician, he took his party to second place. It was a third party. It's called the New Democratic Party, and the New Democratic Party was always in third place, except for every once in a while when the Quebec bloc got good ratings, they ended up in fourth place. But they were one of these parties that never wins, and he got him up to second place, and then that summer before the Parliament started again, when he was scheduled to be the leader of the opposition, he was newly diagnosed with cancer, and he deteriorated quickly and passed. And he wrote a letter to Canadians in the last couple days before he passed. And it ends with these words, which are considered to be the last words of Jack Layton, just because, even though he never actually said them, because he wrote them. He said, "My friends, love is better than anger. Hope is better than fear. Optimism is better than despair. So let us be loving, hopeful, and optimistic, and we'll change the world."
Yes.
So can we be hopeful and optimistic?
Absolutely.
I think in this place that's a pretty good goal, because that's something we embody so much of the time anyway. But yes, and so then if we are ready to be loving, hopeful, and optimistic, are we willing to rise up? And as we rise up, can we catch the vision and believe that we can start locally and ultimately change the world?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. So for Easter, finally, I want to close with a recipe for non-stick pages. No. I want to close with this is a beautiful prayer. This is a Celtic reimagining of the Lord's Prayer by John Philip Newell. He says, "Holy One, eternal wellspring, may love rise again in us today, with food for every table, shelter for every family, and reverence for every life. Forgive us our failings in love, and free us from all falseness, that the light of our souls may shine, and the strength of our spirits endure for earth and all its people, this day, tonight, and forever. Amen." Amen. So let's turn within. Just know that we are such a beautiful community. one with the divine, and we embody all the divine truth. That we're just an amazing place, that we're filled with divine love. We're filled with divine courage. We're filled with divine understanding and divine balance. We're filled with the divine willingness to make a difference. For that divine transcending love of Jesus, who said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." Because that's God's truth. And God's truth is our truth. We cannot be separated from the divine. You know that whatever is true of God is true of us. That unending love is true of us. Unending courage is true of us. Unending peace is true of us. Unending ingenuity to get the job done. Unending cooperation. And that this is also true of everyone else that has ever been born. That is true of our greater community here in the Dayton area. I know that Dayton and its surroundings are manifesting divine truth. It's true for our state, for Ohio, which I know is manifesting the divine right here, right now. It cannot help but be. I know that's true for our whole country. That it is a manifestation of the divine. And so for this United States, I know that God's truth is our truth. That God's love is our love. That God's vision is our vision. That God's compassion is our compassion. That God's insight, God's stability, God's abundance, God's health and wholeness, all these things are the truth for this country of ours and for the world. For that world that works for everyone. God's truth is our truth, and we are the divine in expression. Locally, nationally, and globally. We are God in expression. And I'm just so thankful for this truth, so thankful that we can know that God is expressing right now in every area of our lives. We can know that God will continue to be present. God is infinite. And infinite beings do not just stop. They continue on forever. So thankful for this truth. I'm so thankful that God's got this. And I release this into the law, into the creative medium, into that part of the divine which always says yes whenever anything is placed within it. I release it and let it be, and so it is. So it is.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move
that. And now guess what it's time for? It is time for our conscious giving. And there are several ways to provide your tithe or your gift to Center for Spiritual Living Greater Dayton. You can mail it to 4100 Benfield Drive, Kettering, Ohio, 45429. You can text to give at 937-595-0142. You can use our website, which is www.cslgd.org. And also you can please use our programs and Dorothy Lane Market programs. Those are amazing programs that they do the giving for us in those programs. All we have to do is shop there, and they'll give on our behalf. And isn't that the coolest thing? So let's all say our giving statement together. You got it, okay. So we'll just read it together. Abundance is mine. I cannot be deprived of my supply. The trees do not lack for leaves, nor do the flowers fail to bloom. I embrace my supply and celebrate the abundance that is mine. Yes. Thank you, Kathy. Just know that this gift is our gift to the divine, and also the divine's gift to us. For that's the way it works, that the giving blesses both the giver and the receiver. And that infinite abundance of God is our truth here at this center. It's our truth, each and every one of us. And I'm just so thankful for this, so thankful for divine abundance, so thankful that it can be infinitely shared. I know that the center is blessed. I know that we are blessed here. So it is. So it is.
So if this is your first time with us, thank you for joining. You can check us out online or in person, obviously. We welcome and we're happy that you're with us. Please visit our website at www.cslgd.org. And if you're here in person today, please feel free to stop by the front door, the welcome desk, and pick up a packet. And again, thank you for joining us this morning. If you would like prayer support, please reach out to one of our practitioners. We are here to support you. We have 2 licensed practitioners with us today, Andy and Linza.
But also you.
I am, yes. So, just not licensed, but I am still a practitioner. So please seek us out before you leave. If you need support, don't leave here if you need prayer support in your life. We like to do these 1-minute miracles, as we call them. So just reach out to one of us. Okay? Our affirmation. So, Rhea, do you have this?
No. Yes.
Okay, so I will say it and then we'll repeat. So, I rise up.
I rise up.
And I recreate my life.
And I recreate my life.
Every moment.
Every moment.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
So it is.
one more musical. One more.
Yeah, please rise for the singing of Into the Light.
We all do, don't we?
What we can do is
I'm sorry, I didn't bring any greens. I'm never going to try to sign up for that. I know, I feel so bad. I think
too much.
Yeah, like too much information. I'm glad I didn't take a base. We actually did that on Friday.
I think we put that.
Nice. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah. That's really fun. All right, well, let me switch my
She sent me some back. No, man. I can see I wasn't sure. I'm so glad. My friend. It used to be. I love that. Settle it next week. It was fantastic. I know, so thank you for doing that.
She just has little bottles
All right.
I
mean, I could watch it. I'm sure. She was like, it's really good today. Oh, who has it? Sherry and Jen.
Oh, okay. Did you skate? I didn't. Oh, wow.
Right, my God. That's a broken hip waiting to
That's only place it hurts.
Oh.
I only felt one second.
You almost have to.